Good evening, Reign of Terror. I am back after a long hiatus. Meant to do a video much sooner, but had a lot going on, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is a hell of a game. But here we are, playoffs just around the corner. 6 teams are going to make it. Who's it going to be? Let's do a little bit of analysis. I think it's almost decided, but then we can talk about how these teams got there too, and what I think the outcome is going to be for this 2018 season. Awaiting NBA season and Kittle and Bits. Enjoy your bye weeks, your hard-earned bye weeks. Really important in fantasy when, 1 week your guys could just do absolutely terrible. It's nice to just have a week where you don't have to think about it. Peekaboo Crew, Girly Scott Cookies, and Alt-Right Tom Brady, unless one of the bottom teams could somehow, like Raging Ray Rice or 2 Live Jew, could score like over 200 points and you have a just absolute shit week. There's really no way that you're not going to make the playoffs. Now, the big matchup that everyone's talking about, Brady's Duck Handler versus Raging Ray Rice. 2 6-6 teams going at it. The winner gets into the playoffs unless the 12% odds 2 Live Jew gets there. Here's how it can happen. Raging Ray Rice has to win, but 2 Live Jew has to have more points than Raging Ray Rice, and they have to win as well. 2 Live Jew just lost Melvin Gordon, and they're playing a tough Tom Kelley offense this week. And Ram Motherforker, sorry guys, not going to make it this year. As for the rest of you guys, consolation brackets around the corner, and you guys will be naming my cousin Chris's team, Discount Belichick. So for those of you with small phone screens, I apologize. You're probably not going to be able to see this chart too well. Highlighted in green are any top 30 players, so you can kind of see the breakdown for the teams here. But let's talk a little bit about our top playoff contenders, how they got there. Let's start with Kittles and Bits. All right, so a couple interesting things about this team, and I like the name a lot better now. Le'Veon Bell was his first-round pick, and Jerick McKinnon was his third-round pick. So it is amazing that this team is here right now, and they only have one guy in the top 30, which is Tyreek Hill. It just shows how well-rounded the rest of the team is. And I don't know, I can't say it's luck because he's got a lot of points for, but hey, Kittles and Bits, you're doing something right, man. You're doing something right. Haters are going to hate. Awaiting the NBA season, a name that should have been changed a long time ago. But he's not lazy about his team because he's managed it really well. He went wide receiver, McCoy, Demaryius Thomas, which turned into Lamar Miller, and then Ingram. And he sat on Ingram until he came back after that week 4. Paid off, man. Waiting the NBA season is, Antonio Brown and Thielen, it's just insane where they're doing it. I don't know if Ingram really should be ranked in the top 30. I have him in a couple other leagues, and he hasn't really done shit. But awaiting the NBA season, man, top contender going in a bye week. Peekaboo Crew. So this is kind of wild, all the moves that have been made on this team. He got James White round 9, who turns out to be one of the top running backs in the league this year, and along with Sony Michel. So 2 Patriots running backs are just running the ball a lot this year. And he picked up Connor I think right after the draft ended, he got him. And then he traded to Austin during that whole controversial trade and got Juju and a bunch of other dudes. And then he actually picked Marvin Jones with his 4th pick, and we saw that he hasn't really done shit this year, and he went to the IR. So Peekaboo Crew still is left with a strong team. He's got Emmanuel Sanders, and he's got a good tight end in Zach Ertz. And if you can have a tight end in the top 30 of players, that's a big advantage because, from my own experience, tight ends just don't do shit. Alt-Right Tom Brady. He's, I made some predictions early on, and they've gone right. Saquon Barkley, he's the real deal. He's going to be a top pick next year, too. And Tevin Coleman, with Freeman going down, he was a top dog. Stephon Diggs, good as hell. And Josh Gordon, that was a good trade. I think he traded like the San Diego defense or something stupid like that. But good deal there. And Deshaun Watson's a solid quarterback. Alt-Right's got a good chance going into the playoffs. As for myself, this sounds arrogant, but I thought my team would be a lot better than 7-5 right now. But I just had some weeks where I couldn't get it together. It doesn't help that my tight end is Benjamin Watson. I should have traded one of my running backs on the bench, Breeder Cohen, to somebody and gotten a better tight end. But hey, what are you going to do? We're going to let the chips fall where they may. I picked up Mitch Trubisky, and if he can get healthy, he's going to be my quarterback leading Girly Scout cookies to victory this year. Brady's Duck Handler. Now this is the team I'm picking as the dark horse going into the playoffs. I like this team a lot, and I think he's gonna easily get by Raging Ray Rice this week. He's got Andrew Luck, who's having a great season. He got him in round 8. It's a steal, all right. And he's got Sony Michel, who he got late in the draft. Marlon Mack, who I think he picked up later after someone else dropped him. And then Hopkins and Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's going to see more work because Melvin Gordon's out for at least, I think, 3 weeks. And then Eric Ebron, he's going to see some work too because Doyle just went down. So he's now probably a top 5 tight end, and he's going to be seeing he sees a lot of red zone stuff, and that's what you want from a tight end. And lastly, he's got the Chicago defense, who've probably been the top defensive team this year. I'm picking Brady's Duck Handler to be champion overall in 2018. Yep, he's just got to limp into the playoffs and then just get through the rest. Then we got the 2 other teams that are the less percent odds, but not out of it yet. Raging Ray Rice, he's got Tom Brady and T.Y. Hilton. David Johnson, who's actually got a better schedule coming up, and then he's got his choice of AP and Dion Lewis, who are both solid. He unfortunately lost O.J. Howard, but Olsen's now back and performing. I think he had a bad week last week, but he's pretty solid altogether. Raging Ray, not the most impressive team, but, I mean, he's been proving me wrong. He's been getting the job done each week. And lastly, we have 2 Live Jew. I think with Gordon now being out, that's kind of the nail in the coffin for our Jewish friend here. Not sure how it's going to play out, but best of luck to you, 2 Live Jew. It hurts to talk about this, but we kind of have to. House Mason versus House Kelley as of week 12, and I don't see much difference in week 13 going onwards. So the total record for these teams, neither one of them have a winning record, either one of these houses. But in head-to-head win, Kelley double the amount of wins House Mason had. And total points, House Kelley blows us out of the water. Over 200 points more than House Mason. I think it's clear who the better house is this year. Hopefully next year we can get another Schmidt, or maybe Greg can adopt someone as his child or something, and we can have another Schmidt. We could have 3, 3, and 3.